Boom, we've just recorded our first TikTok ads, all about day one of the dopamine reset. For those of you who don't know what the dopamine reset is, which is probably going to be most people who see this video, it is a something that breaks the cycle of cheap dopamine. So my whole brand is around breaking cheap dopamine. So things such as pornography, things such as gaming, scrolling through social media excessively, substances, and replacing them with positive habits: exercise, meditation, reading, journaling, cold showers. So basically what happened was, I've been focused on my habits for quite a while, good few years, well, best part of a decade, I guess, and just trying to get better, just pulling myself out of certain holes and working on my habits. And ultimately that led to business success, because there was a lot that I gained from building the man before I built the business. Basically, I used to have a few property businesses, and then I stepped away in December 2025, and I didn't really know what to do with myself. So I started noticing myself going back into bad habits. So eventually I was like, right, I need to get on top of this. I need to get back in control of my habits. I noticed that I'd really been focusing on a lot of things to do with cheap dopamine. And so I built myself a reset, and I tried it. It was 14 days. Tried it. First couple of times I didn't do 100%, so I didn't complete 100% of the habits, the vices. And then on the third time round I got 100%, and at that point I was like, okay, this is interesting, because if I'm the one who's created it, and even I'm battling to fight it, how powerful is this going to be for the guys who are completely lost to this cheap dopamine? Let's say scrolling through TikTok for hours a night, the guys who are struggling with porn and lust. There's a huge grip that our phone has on today's society. It's not just my generation, it's older generations too, and especially younger generations. So yeah, I'm really just trying to help young guys to break away from that, to break the cycle, to build the standard, to create something of themselves, to stop scrolling through TikTok and watching other people live their lives, and to actually start building something of their own. Because I've been through that process myself and know it's entirely possible. At 19 years old, I was doing the same thing. I was scrolling through TikTok, wondering why these people were living the lives of their dreams. How is it possible? It didn't make sense to me. And then I started to work on myself. I started to work on learning how to set up a business, and the last few years have just been insane. I'm 25 now. I've set up multiple businesses, managed to get to 6 figures in a couple of them. Now on this journey of building Escaping Average for the young guys who need that kind of guiding system behind their transformation. If I had what I'm building now when I was younger, let's say the 19-year-old version of me, even the 20, 21, 22, it would have been a lot smoother, a lot quicker, a lot less friction, just a lot cleaner. So that's essentially what I'm trying to build with Escaping Average, is to help guys escape the mediocrity that they've been conditioned into, because I believe a lot of this generation's problem comes from childhood. It comes from what we're exposed to, what you know, what kind of drives us to not want to stand out from the crowd and to just go through school, college, university, get a good job, safe job, whatever that may mean. One holiday a year. Boss tells you when you go for lunch, you can't really treat your family to anything of meaning, because everybody's just about surviving enough to be able to get a house and put food on the table. There's a lot that we are taught is the route to go down, which it isn't. If you want to throw away the beautiful gift of life that we've got, the amazing opportunities, then yeah, sure. But there's a different way to live, and I've seen that firsthand myself, and I want to help guys to experience the possibilities of life, because there's so much more out there than what you're taught to go into, whether that's by parents, whether it's by school system, whatever that's by social media, whatever. There's a lot that young men need to be taught around how to build a life of meaning, of purpose, of direction, and that's what I'm building here. So if you're interested in this journey, make sure that you head to escapingaverage.co.uk. Follow along. There's free resources on there, there's paid resources, there's systems, there's diagnoses, tests, all these kind of things. So yeah, come check out what we're building.